This video is to show you how to paint skin color. You'll need your paints, water, a brush, and always useful to have is some tissue. You need to make sure that both your paints and the lid of your paint box are really clean. Two good base colors are a beige, kind of like a browny yellow, or the brown itself. Doesn't matter really what your skin tone is, these are two good ones to start with. So if I start with a bit of beige, I'm going to mix it up on the paint palette here. If I test it here, it's really quite yellow. It's not very good. So I'm going to warm it up a little bit with a little bit of pink, or you can also use a warm red. This is a little bit better. It's a little bit yellow. I'm going to add just a little bit of brown. I'm also finding that my brush is a bit big, so I'm going to switch out my brush to a smaller brush. Okay, let's see. Skin color is made up of not just one color. You will need to mix up 2 or maybe even 3 different batches. You'll need a base one. You'll then also need to make a darker one and possibly even a lighter one. So once you've got a good color for you, for your basic skin tone, make up quite a lot of it. If you are, so this might be quite a good color if you're Asian skinned. If, however, you are darker skinned, you might want to just start off with some brown. It's looking rather chocolatey if I just put it on the paper. So again, I'm going to mix it. I'm going to add a little bit of the beige, not too much. Whoops, that's too much. I'm also going to add a little bit of blue. Blue's a good one for making something darker. Now that's much better. Once you're happy with your basic skin tone, paint it all over the face. So cover the whole face. Using a big brush for this is useful. And then leave it to dry. It doesn't take long to dry, but once it is dry, you can then come back to it. Here's one that I did earlier. Right, I'm going to turn it. This is where you need your darker colors, because as I said before, the face is not all one tone. Areas of the face that are a bit darker are the sides of the face, under the chin, the neck area, under the mouth, and under the eyes a little bit. To mix up a darker skin color, start off with your base coat, the one that you've just applied, and you can either add a bit of brown or you can also add a bit of blue. Okay. And then apply it to the darker areas. So for example, the neck area. I'm going to blot my paintbrush a little bit and then push the paint around. By making the neck darker, you'll help to make the whole face stand out. I'm going to switch to a smaller brush again for the sides of the face. And again, I'm going to just go in round. I'm going to blot my brush a little bit with the tissue and spread the paint this way. You only need a little bit. Areas to make darker also include the sides of the nose to show that it stands out. And also just that little bit under the lips. You can do under the eyes, do it carefully or you will look very, very tired. Again, if you've put too much, blot your brush and just merge it. You might need to do this a couple of times. Well, that's what you're aiming for. While we're on skin tone, the other thing you want to think about is how to paint lips. Lips are not just made up of bright red or bright pink. Best way to paint natural looking lips, start off with your base color. There's my base color, and to your base color add a little bit of pink. This will give you quite a natural looking lip color which you can then paint on. You don't want to look like you're wearing lipstick. If it's not enough, add more pink.